Welcome to this short video on how to sit for meditation. Now you might be thinking, well, I spend a huge amount of my life sitting. I'm actually really good at this. I do it all day at the office. I do it in the evening on the sofa. I don't need to learn how to sit. And if that's the case, brilliant. I suggest you switch off this video and go and do something more exciting with the next 5 or 6 minutes of your life. But for a lot of us, when we come to sit for meditation, actually what we find is that if our body isn't comfortable and at ease, then that can become a real distraction and can pull the mind away from our focus. So I'm going to offer a few simple and straightforward tips that will really help you find a place of ease and comfort in your meditation. And it's this balance of ease, comfort and alertness that can really help us in our practice. So I'm starting with sitting on a chair, and I'll offer some tips for that, and I'll also offer some tips for sitting in other positions as well. So I've turned my chair sideways here so that you can see my posture a little bit more easily, and we're going to work through from the feet all the way up to the top of the head to give you some tips and some ideas that you can use to find a posture that is more comfortable and at ease, and that also embodies this sense of dignity and alertness. And it's this balance of these different qualities that we're looking for both in our posture and also in our minds as we come into meditation practice. So starting with my feet, you can see that my heels are not quite reaching the floor here, and that in turn can leave me feeling a little bit unsteady, a little bit disconnected from the ground, and that sense of being grounded and held in meditation. So I'm going to use a folded blanket to support my feet. You can use anything at all to pop under the feet to give yourself some support here. So it could be a folded towel, a cushion, even a big thick book if you have one handy. Okay, so now my heels are in contact with the earth, my feet are fully grounded, and that instantly brings me a little bit more comfort and ease in my posture. So the next thing to think about here is you're sitting on the chair and kind of your position here. So we want right angles at the knees and at the hips. So you might need to move forward a little bit in your chair or back a little bit to find somewhere where your legs feel comfortable, feet in contact with the floor. I personally find it really helps me to bring my back away from the back of the chair, because then I can kind of use the natural curve of my spine and the body supporting itself to feel comfortable. So you can see here the curve of my spine and this kind of gentle arch that it has here. It's really important to recognise that that's going to be different for everybody. So for me it's actually quite a pronounced curve, and that is my natural healthy spine position. But for other people it might be slightly less of a curve, slightly more. And experiment moving the body around, feeling where's that place where it feels easy and right and comfortable. So that's what you're looking for here. It can help to imagine a golden thread kind of coming from the base of the spine all the way up through the spinal column, up through the back of the neck and out the top of the head, and that can give a sense of this uplift to our posture. So that's great. For some people it can feel a bit unsteady or uncomfortable having your back away from the back of the chair. So you can see if I lean back into this chair, my whole posture is actually sinking down. My chest is collapsing in, my shoulders are hunched forwards. That's not only is that going to give me some pain in my back and probably in my neck if I sit like this for a long time, but it's also compressing my lungs and meaning there's less space for the breath. So as I move back to upright, you can see the difference there. So if this doesn't feel good, having your back away from the chair, I would really suggest using a cushion and placing the cushion, not just shoving it behind you any old way, but really placing the cushion where the curve of your spine is. So I'm lifting it up a little bit from the base of the chair so that I can keep that natural curve in my spine, but also feel the comfort and the support of having something behind my back. So again, I can find this place, it feels like my natural posture, my shoulders can comfortably drop away from my ears. Tucking my chin in slightly so the back of the neck can have a bit of length to it, but not kind of unnaturally so. And then my hands can come to rest in my lap. So for me, that feels fine. My hands can rest on my thighs or palms up in my lap. For some people that can feel like a little bit of a strain, and so again, another cushion into the lap and extra support for the hands. And so in this way I can comfortably come to sit, finding a sense of ease and allowing my attention to fully turn to my meditation. So now we're going to take a look at meditation postures for sitting on the floor. So I'm kneeling, as you can see, with no supports, no props here. And I know that if I sit here for more than 30-40 seconds, this is going to start getting quite uncomfortable for me. So thinking about different postures sitting on the floor, if you're going to be kneeling, you might want to use some support for that position. So I have a meditation stool here, which is one option for kneeling. So it folds up, quite a handy little thing, quite portable. And you'll notice one side is slightly higher than the other. So thinking about our posture as we're sitting in a chair, we want to be tipping our pelvis forward slightly so that we can have that natural curvature in the spine. So take my meditation cushion with the lower side at the front. I thread my legs through there. If I turn sideways, you can see my legs go underneath the stool, my bum comes to perch on the stool, and then I can find this lovely upright position. There's still a temptation to slump, even though there's no background, nothing behind me to support me. So again, just tilting the pelvis forwards, finding that natural curve in the spine, letting the hands drop away. Again, if you need a cushion to rest the hands on, taking that to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Another option for kneeling is to take some cushions for support. So I've got a stack of meditation cushions here, but you don't need specialist equipment. You can use ordinary everyday cushions for this. So if I'm going to be kneeling, I want quite a low support. Popping the cushions, coming to kneel, and I can just pop the cushions in between my heels and my bum to give myself a support. Now that's not going to be comfortable for everybody, for the feet and the ankles, but it just helps me to have that little bit of uplift here. It also relieves the pressure on the feet a little bit from sitting on them. So that's not going to work for everybody, but it is also an option. So another popular position for meditation is sitting cross-legged. So here I'm sitting on the floor with no support underneath me, and you can see that my knees are quite close to the floor, but they're still slightly lifted. And for an awful lot of us, when we first start sitting for meditation, the knees will be much higher up here cross-legged. And again, this puts strain into the body. It can feel a little bit unsteady and unsupported. So I would always recommend, no matter who you are or what your body is like, I would always recommend having some support for sitting cross-legged for meditation. So I've got a stack of meditation cushions here, and you can use one or many of these. So I'm just going to take a couple of them here, pop them in place, and come to find my cross-legged position here. So you'll see now my knees are coming right down to the floor, my back can find its natural curve, and again I feel well supported. There's going to be a little bit more ease in the body, less likely to be distracted by aches and pains that are caused simply by sitting. If you don't own anything that's officially called a meditation cushion, that doesn't matter. So again, here is a stack of normal household cushions. Again, finding as many or as few as you need in order to be comfortable, so that your knees can come down to the floor. Natural curve in the back, shoulders drop away from the ears, imagining a golden thread running all the way from the base of the spine out through the top of the head, lifting upwards. And when you're sitting cross-legged, your hands can rest on your legs, or they can come to your lap, or again, if as I am here, that my hands don't come all the way to rest on something. So I might just take another cushion or a blanket, pop them in my lap in order to sit. So I hope you found this useful. The most important thing is to find out what works for you and your body and the space that you're in. Don't be afraid to take as much support as you need using cushions, blankets, towels, even big thick books if you have them to hand can be good for popping under the feet. So whatever it is you need, and the idea is to find this place of comfort and ease. No. So I hope that's been helpful in giving you some ideas about how to make your seat for meditation as comfortable and easeful as possible. Remember to use as much support as you need, be it cushions, blankets, folded towels, even a big thick book can go under the feet and provide support for the feet. And remember, once you're sitting for meditation, you don't have to stay still. You can shift your posture if it's becoming uncomfortable. Just do so with mindful awareness and a sense of kindness towards your body and yourself. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your meditation.